Spear could be really difficult.
I think
There's some cool stuff going on here for sure.
Viscos yan. Okay. Yeah, okay.
Stay down.
It sounds so much like Captain America. It's
That
like, I
face
could
is
do
so
this all
Korean.
day kind
Yeah,
of thing,
it
you
does.
know?
Okay, let's enjoy the game too.
Alright, across the map they go. Whitemon gonna get an observer ward down there trying to spot the lanes of their opponents. Let me check items to see if that's indicative. BATRIDER is starting no regen, so probably going, and he spent all of his money, so very likely going safe lane as expected. Carl going mid for Ironwood branches. So basically what we expected from the heroes picking, the players picking the heroes they did.
All right, Purge, give me a prediction. Who do you think is going to run away with this game?
I predict, I do like Beastcoast this game, I gotta say. I think the lack of Roshin from T1 and the they did it to scout. That was kind of fun. The lack of tower hitter, or sorry, the lack of tower hitters, the lack of Roshers on the T1 side. I feel like that is could be a really big weakness if the game goes bad at all, and I feel like Beastcoast has good enough heroes to get the game to that state, unless they get massively outlaned. If they get massively outlaned and rolled over, I definitely can see them.
Well, I mean, that
winning.
makes sense, right? If they got massively.
Well, I mean massively in the sense that, like, if they're playing carries and their opponents don't have any, and T1's so good at being aggressive, they could really just start crushing the game so hard that Beastcoast doesn't even get to play Dota. That's what I mean. If they like win the laning stage by a lot, Beastcoast doesn't get to play Dota. It's basically GG in some ways.
I'm very curious to see how the safe lane BATRIDER is going to go, like how they're going to accelerate, move on. I'm a bit concerned about that.
He is going to zone them heavily with Napalm, and then this is going to transition into him maybe getting kills. If he doesn't, it's not the end of the world. I won't be surprised if Whisper gets less farm, though.
That would make sense.
He did start with a magic wand, though, because he knows what he's up against. He's going to get 20 sticks, so free mana for him more or less. Supports will trade blocking camps, as expected.
Okay.
So pretty normal stuff. Back in the safe lane, it's a Luna plus an Undyne. Undyne did skill Soul Rip first, a little surprisingly. That one is curious. 18-second cooldown.
It's going to be difficult to stop this Luna from farming.
Until they start killing her on the map. I mean, she's like she's a squishy Medusa, basically, is how you could look at it. Very good at farming, certainly, but yeah, if they go into her areas and they gank her with Blink Daggers, yeah, she'll have trouble.
I mean, that is the plan, right? The idea is, you know, Ektor, he wants to farm. I assume that we're going to be seeing some stacks being made. And then T1, knowing that Ektor likes to farm, is going to try to go for the full-on invasion and try to slow him down that way. So it'll be interesting to see if Beastcoast tries to adjust on the Stinger, though. Decent amount of damage with the Ink Swell. He is indeed the first blood.
I'd have to go back and watch to see why he got Slow Rip level 1. I don't know if it was like to secure range creeps or something, but it seems like a big mistake. Decay gonna give you damage, HP, helps you survive bully better. Like Slow Rip, he did a full Slow Rip on himself. He healed him like 130 HP. I don't think that's worth a skill point over Decay. So he's got Decay now, and full HP, so it's not the end of the world, but a little bit weird.
It just makes it so it's a little bit harder for them to approach the wave too when they has those Decay stacks up.
And yeah, and Dragon Knight got first blood from that, so obviously that's going to impact the laning stage. So it may be a mistake, but hopefully for Beast Coast's sake, it doesn't matter too much.
Bottles are picked up over in the mid lane. Carl looking to go and grab that water rune here. He's going to keep trading off a little bit here with C-Smile.
They're like, well, I would go get it, but this creep is going to get denied too. And then they both go back again.
Yeah.
Very wisely, though, I like Chris Smile already grabbing a Tango and flying it out to himself. He's got enough regen right now, but I guess he didn't get the second water rune. A little bit of a trade-in. Level 1 Spirit Siphon. It's bad, guys.
Oh.
It's really bad.
Well,
It does
bullying
60
Carl
damage.
a little bit over here, though.
Plus 1%.
Definitely seeing that CS trending very nicely, though, towards the Queen of Pain. 10 and 8 currently at 5 and 6 over on C-Smile.
And Death Prophet now pushing out the lane is going to
Farm lane,
go
Gojira.
right back. Ooh.
Nice kill here found by Whitemon and Gabby.
Ooh, they went Flame Break. That's how. They were waiting for Firefly the whole time. Instead, he's like, yoink, Flame Break. 1 impact damage, 2 burn ticks, so 3 ticks of whatever napalm he's stacked up to. So probably got a lot of stacks on Shadow Demon, and then just yoinked him with the Flame Break, some unexpected damage when he was expecting to be able to make some gameplay with Disruption, but yeah, Flame Break doesn't protect enough on that.
That's a smart thing. A nice spear underneath the tower, plus bulwark here. This is looking like a dead white mon. He's gonna go pop Fairy Fire, but he does indeed fall.
Man just did it by himself. He's like, screw it, I'll get a kill. That was cool. And the fact that he speared without God's Rebuke, was that Whisper being amazing, or was that just like a big mistake from Whitemon? I'm not sure.
100% sure, but do get the disruption over onto Carl. They're going to try to just get as much damage off as possible.
Shit.
Almost managing to do it.
I didn't think they were even that low, but oh my god, they almost got him.
That will secure the water room top with Zephyr making his own rotation, which feels very good for this Queen of Pain.
Yeah.
Could be getting bullied a little bit, though, because they know that he is not there. We'll farm up this camp over on the side.
They're killing a stack here with the Tombstone. Good for them. Hector level 3 at the moment. Yeah, he's going to secure the last couple ones with Decay and some right clicks. Kind of nice to start boots on these 5 positions sometimes, because after you get a couple last hit stuff, you buy some regen. Now you feel like pretty survivable, especially on a hero like Undyne. This high HP. A little stacking going on in the meantime. Prep things for Luna. That's one downside, though, is that he is not a very good stacking hero in Undyne.
I mean, the one nice thing is they make their play over onto Hector. They realize that he's left alone. Very nice efficiency coming out from T1. They do have the BATRIDER, right? So that is someone that can try to potentially take the stacks away from Luna.
That is true. But instead, they just kill her. That works, too.
That works, too.
I mean, Undyne could have been there. I think Luna still dies. They did not have vision of Undyne. They might have just realized he might be going there.
I like that Whitemon. He's taking the initiative. He realizes they are going to want to stack, so he's going to go block. Ooh, there's a courier over there. He's just going to walk right past it because he sees Whisper. Gabby burning away over on the Mars, and these lanes are going fab. Oh, and there it is. There's a little bit more of a present there.
A little more gold for him. Gabby's level 5. The Firefly, definitely enough to kill him. Sports got a little active on the map, and it's costing him there.
So this is starting to get a little bit concerning, the fact that these lanes not going good for Beastcoast, but very good for T1 because it's exactly what they need to have happen. They need to be able to snowball.
Chrismal does know it's top, but he knows he can't contest it because he knows Zephyr's in the area. So Carl just getting definitely more support here from the supports rotating. And their Observer Ward also gets killed. So really tough game for Chrismal so far. It's just 3 heroes mid all the time. Gabby doesn't care too much on the BATRIDER because it's not the end of the world if he doesn't farm as well. He's a BATRIDER. He's going to turn whatever farm he gets into some kills later. So in the meantime, they kind of get double punished, feels like. But
question is, who's the one that you focus on?
They're jungling
right?
in the top lane. Look at these beautiful creeps.
Oh, wow.
Who knew there were so many zombies underground this whole time?
I mean, the body's got to go somewhere, Purge.
That's true. Skeleton warrior shredding.
That's a big thing over actually in New England, where I'm from. There's plenty of bodies buried in basements because it's, you know, it was like the colonial people. It was too cold to bury bodies outside, so when you died during the winter, just put grandma in the basement.
I will hold back making any morbid jokes.
I know you want to make the joke. Carl
really
again,
do. Running
away here. Does have the Sonic Wave available. He's gonna go and pop the haste. Might be going back on in. Do you have Stinger nearby though?
He needs to, this is a bad moment.
He's thinking about it.
You need the regen so bad, you're like, all right, pop in the haste or heal, I guess. He's not even going to run back to base, just, wanted to heal. Little pressure.
Okay. Oh, does have to be careful. Still has that rune, though, so.
I think he dropped his null even. Get a little bit more regen out. And they're going to deward the Observer with that. So that was a pretty good moment there for Chris Smalley. He's done a nice job zoning Quap, despite the scariness that is Quap.
It's been so hard for him to get these last hits, too. Top lane, diving a little bit over here. Gojira looking to, oh, they get the sphere off over onto Zephyr. That'll be a nice pick off here for the side of Beastcoast.
That's a very good point about the last hits. Queen of Pain apparently has 34 denies. Oh my god.
Yes,
oh
very powerful Queen. Go off, Queen.
And she's going to kill Chris in the mid lane.
Just trying. They have a Fairy Fire.
He lived on like 6 HP. Yeah. All right. Take that, Carl.
Stop debating me, Purge.
Well, I mean, he was a little low there. That was a Quap ulti and everything. Put some hits in, but Undyne pops the Soul Rip. keeps Chris Smile alive. He doesn't have boots yet. So yeah, he's a little bit behind the quap. Carl doing a good job.
Some aggression though coming out over onto Stinger as Whitemon also throwing out the Nature's Grasp. Go for the Soul Rip, drops the Tombstone even. This is not looking good for Stinger though. He should fall here. And that's gonna be some Tombstone gold going over to Carl.
Which will be very good for Carl. Gloves of Haste, boots of speed. So with Carl or Chris Smile having boots himself, it's still semi-comparable. In terms, I mean, his net worth is very behind by like 1,000, but my point is that Death Prophet's value, as we saw in the previous patch, is more about levels than is some other stuff. So even though Chris Smel's super behind here, because Carl's just been owning, he can still contribute to side lane ganks, kind of similar to the BATRIDER principle I was talking about before.
Whisper hunting as the Arena is going to be able to get himself his effort yet again. And that'll be his second kill on the Grimstroke. First kill with the Arena.
And the best thing about that kill is we get to hear his voice line again. Not his, but you know, that great one.
Please, if you know what it is, Purge is desperate. He needs to know what it means.
I did a cursory Google search. It did not turn up good results. It's almost like they decided not to continue updating the wiki every time a supporter pack comes out over 3 months. I do not blame them. Or I'm just bad.
Why not? Column A and column B. No. You're great, Purge. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. But don't get too big of an ego.
Cuckoo is the carry at the moment, by the way.
Yep.
4,800 net worth. But Luna's also doing really good. Hector having a decent game. Skill build has gone 2 points of Lucent Beam, so not the greediest we've ever seen. 3 points Glaives, 3 points Lunar Blessing, so his farm speed is solid right now. They are hunting for him.
I mean, that's just what you do, right? If you know that Hector's in this game and he's playing.
By fight, I mean potentially dead Zephyr.
Yeah.
Good denied by Whisper.
Zephyr not looking too healthy here. SK1 joining back in. Did look like they were able to get Whitemon out in time, though.
That was cool. Rotates K1 over. I think he TP'd for that one to help contest. And they get another support kill. And once again, Beastcoast is reacting well to the aggression that T1 wants to do. Because really the glue that's pulling things together is Grimstroke in a lot of ways. It's the Inkswell, but T1's just playing a slightly different game here. Ooh, look at that damage on Carl.
That's a lot of damage. Whoa.
Dude, if
Stinger
killed him, if Stinger killed him there, that would have been insane. Like huge mistake. But he still got 40 denies. It's impressive. Holy crap. 40 denies on Carl, and his supports did a great job covering him in the lane, guaranteeing runes. That's why Chris is playing from behind, but he's still really underfarmed. Holy crap. He's only got 800 more gold than Shadow Demon does.
It's been a hard knock luck. Have we seen any exorcisms yet? I don't believe we have.
It's because you can't just turn it on and kill a tower in 3 seconds anymore. It has to be really tactical uses. In fact, he's probably using this fight that's upcoming. But
they're going to just miss each other.
This is not...
They're looking for Luna.
This is better for Beastcoast. Oh, Hector's...
No one's showing.
All right, they're going back into this area. Now it kind of looks good. If they can tomb the cliff...
Yeah, there we go. So the flame break. They've got the Eclipse off, but this is so much damage being dumped out here. He is going to fall. They did just pick up the Blink Dagger over on Whisper, but I don't think they want to go in here, not without their Luna. So they'll go and try to push the tower a little bit again. They did nerf the damage that these spirits do to buildings.
In trouble in the river.
He is indeed, and so is Whitemon's not looking too healthy either. Turn back around. There it is, the blink forward coming out from Whisper. Good dash here with the shield. Cuckoo gonna try to keep him alive a little bit longer as they'll turn back around over onto Stinger. Disruption coming into play. So we're getting into position. The rest here comes C-Smile, still has that little bit of exorcism alive there, and the spear will connect. So they'll turn it back around. They did end up losing the Undying, but they'll end up losing their Dragon Knight and the Treant.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, they used SD ulti to keep the tree out of position. Whisper gets a nice ulti with the Dragon Knight. He disrupted the best he could. He wouldn't be able to get there in time to save Undying from the explosion, so he tried to limit the damage. I also like that Hector grabbed his ulti. A lot of Lunas get too greedy in some cases. They're like, max Moonglaives, max Lunar Blessing. I'll have Eclipse ready at minute 25. But he's like, all right, I got 2 points early. I'm just going to get a 3rd point, and I'm going to get Eclipse. And now my ultimate is actually valid and useful. And I just feel like that's a little bit underdone when people play Luna. He still can farm well, but he's also ready to fight. And if you look at his net worth, he's died twice, but he's actually he's top net worth. I like how K1 is playing this hero right now. This is great.
I think it's Carl top lane.
He doesn't have blink.
He was aggressive with it.
They used spear already though, so getting a kill is.
I was gonna say though, with the picking up of the ultimate with the Luna, do you think it's one of those situations where Ektor realized, you know, T1 they like to scrap early, they like to fight.
Yeah.
So he can't afford to be as greedy as, you know, possibly he might have been in the other situations, because he needs to constantly be ready for those moments if they appear.
It's hard for his hero to defend himself. So if you don't have Eclipse, then you are going to have a bad time every time they run at you.
Blink being here over onto C-Smile. Is going to get knocked underneath the tower, and yeah, perhaps just a little bit too ambitious to be down here by himself.
Yeah, for sure.
Without much vision.
Yeah, Cuckoo finishes Blink. Still one of the most farmed heroes in the game. Neck and neck with a lot of the other cores. So that is all going pretty solid. Stinger going to get a D-ward, nicely done. Maybe.
Silence, the Phantom's Embrace. Flame Blake back. Does have the lasso if needed. Good disruption coming up from Gojira. Buys a little bit more time. Another Phantom, though, being tossed out over onto Stinger. He dropped the Tombstone, but he is going to fall. They get a couple clicks off. Nice arena, though. Spearing Gabby over to the wall. Whisper going to be able to find himself yet another kill. It's going to be Gojira who collects on it.
Kept the tomb alive as well.
They're going to go for a push over on this mid tower. Again, these Spirits not doing quite as much, but still effective.
Believe it or not, guys, back in the old days, 6 months ago, this ultimate was deemed good against towers. So even though it's 50% worse right now, it does not mean it's not good against towers still.
They're going to back off. They're going to respect the blink forward here coming out from Carl.
All right, not too bad. Not the most amazing. They're going to have to pump some heals into it, but yeah, he's got 4 points in living armor. He will heal it up slowly. That's one upside to this, that with Death Prophet Ultimate being where it is, you can't just like jump on tower in one good moment. It's going to take like 2 medium moments or 1 really good moment. So got to wipe your opponents, commit the ulti to the tower, and then you got it.
Smoke play coming out from the side of T1. They're going to make their way over into the triangle area. Leading the way with Cuckoo. They're hoping to find the Luna. It's going to be Stinger, though, who breaks the smoke. So Ektor going to be able to run away. And they're going to lose Stinger, but I think that is a worthy death to protect Ektor.
Yeah, not worth dropping it. Oh my god, Queen of Pain has a free plate mail from the tree armor. Holy shit. Can you I saw you twitch like you were scared, like something really important was happening. And then the realization, she was like, oh my god.
Oh god.
Thought it was serious this time. It's actually better. It's 12 armor, even better than a plate mail. That's 20% better than a plate mail.
And the best part, because you're a cheap ass, is that it's free.
It's free. That's a good point. It's a free play mail. It's even better than a play mail. All it took was my allies' resources, not mine, so it's worth it.
All right. I gotta recover after that one.
Aiming for a Manta for K1 to protect himself against the tree. Another reason they wanted to pick this hero. It's going to be ready. The recipe is just finished. He's going to have to fly it back out to himself. Are
they going to make a play on Cuckoo? Oh, they have their eyes on this Queen of Pain in this tower.
They blocked the Ancient Camp again. They just dewarded this like 2 minutes ago.
He's got to land the spear. No. Going to jump forward. There it is. He lands the spear and the arena, but they need to do a little bit more. The teleports are coming out en masse. It is right by the tower. Cuckoo going to try to make Whisper pay for this, as also Gabby here dropping the Firefly. This is not looking great here for Whisper. He's going to get the spear back, though. Still alive for this time. The Sonic Wave, though, will collect him. And now Gojira is getting dragged back by the lasso, as many of the T1 heroes have rotated down to this lane to protect their tower. See, middle tower does go down finally, though. They use the Exorcism. The Silence being used over onto Carl. Not quite enough damage to finish him off, but enough to shoot him away.
I'm impressed Whisper was even able to land the ultimate and the stun. That was a great chase. But the armor on Queen of Pain really did help. All the right clicks from Mars coming out, the God's Rebuke damage was really not that high. Easily survives, but at least Beastcoast was able to turn that into a mid-tower kill using the Exorcism. That is a good trade, in my opinion. And his net worth is still lower on Death Prophet, but he's got Yules now to defend himself if he gets Overgrowth. If BATRIDER is initiating, they've got some tools here.
We also have the Blink Dagger picked up now for Gojira, so not only is he going to be able to be very aggressive, he's also going to be able to just have better positioning. As Whisper's back in this bottom lane again, is going to get charged upon by Zephyr and Gabby. And they've got that urn. Firefly come into play, so it's, again, a dead Whisper But more breathing room here as Ektor's starting to take off here with this net worth.
Yeah, the reason he keeps dying like this is because they've got this ward right side of tower. So every time he goes down there, they start preparing earlier than he expects. So his internal clock is off. He's thinking like, oh, I've got at least like 10, 15 seconds till they rotate over. They just show up really early every time, and he's getting killed for it. It's the power of the ward. Until they're ready to like death push towers, his supports aren't going to be behind him because he's probably not expecting to get kills there anywhere. Anyways, he's just trying to press out lanes.
Probably. Do get the BKB picked up now for Gabby so he can make sure he can get into these fights and drag out the hero of choice. Still trying to put the pressure though on this bottom lane. You see that Chris just gonna try to clear up over here. Oh yeah, look at this Gabby. He's got the lasso up. He's got the ink swell go. Cheers here though. It's a great save. Buying him enough time as he'll turn back around. These is forced to pop that BKB. They have the demonic purge though over onto Gabby. Whitemon joining back in. The spear coming out from Whisper, pinning over to the ground, dropping the arena. Followed up with the overgrowth though, and they're gonna be able to hold Whisper and Stinger together. They've got to move together as one. So turn around. They're so okay still over on the side of Beast because they're chasing after Cuckoo. Do have the Spirit Siphon. They'll end up losing Gojira though. They had dropped the tomb, Carl, poking away here on the back line. Doesn't feel like Ektor wants to be a part of this just yet, as Whisper will fall, and it looks like they'll get themselves a double as they take down C-Smile. Stinger just gonna hide over here in the corner. He says, please don't look here. And they're gonna just try to throw a little bit of that Firefly down. It's not enough, I don't think, to finish him off. And he's gonna move. Oh, he walks right into more, though. That's a dead Stinger.
Yeah, the game was up at that point.
Yeah, it was a valiant effort.
The napalm ran out is what happened, so he actually did live a lot longer than I expected, but great reaction. It was cool that Beastcoast realized they were overdiving a little bit and did retreat together, but ultimately Mars gets cleaned up, and then the others fell as well. Quap finally shows up, and Death Prophet gets punished with her position. But what happened in the meantime? Hector hurt creeps, which is not, this isn't like a Medusa or a Spectre or something who has crazy net worth, but it's still better than nothing, considering what happened.
He needs that BKB. Once he gets the BKB online, these fights go a lot differently. Still have to be very careful, obviously, of that lasso and the overgrowth, but if you can time that window correctly. Yeah,
you just BKB first, and then you wait for the overgrowth, and then you Manta. That's the plan, I think.
Lots of BKBs coming out, though. We have the Cuckoo also picking up the zone.
Okay. So Luna's raw HP, still not very good, only just under 2k, but he's got a lot of levels at least, level 16. That part is good. He's tied for the highest level in the game, actually just hit 17 as well. And once he gets Scotty, his survivability jumps a huge amount. It's going to be a really good item.
Whisper's like, nope, I'm just teleporting. Oh, they use the overgrowth on Whisper. He is very dead down here, but now they know that the overgrowth is done, so perhaps they can make something happen as they go for immediate smoke play after that. Ooh, they're going right towards that middle tower. Have the BKB completed now for Ektor. He's got the Eclipse in about 10 seconds. They think about going back in. All right, the jump in over onto Stinger. Ektor. So follow up here. They've got the Exorcism. They'll end up losing Stinger.
They didn't get tombed down.
Didn't get it down in time as Ektor's trying to just cut away onto Cuckoo, but they have nothing to cancel that TP. However, they do have a Yules to go and cancel out on Whitemon, so they'll find themselves a kill and they'll immediately beeline down to this bottom tier 1.
All right, it's going to die this time, surely.
Carl's thinking about poking a little bit here, though, I think. No?
No glyph.
All right.
He needs somebody to go first, probably. Small mistake there by the Undying. He did have an Essence Ring that he forgot to press, so might have been able to get tombed down, but the fight's outcome's about the same anyways.
Okay, all right, there's the lasso getting dragged over onto Gojira, plus the Sonic Wave. The BKB does come out, though. They've got the Eclipse. Gabby's already popped his own. Chris just chasing after Carl here. Can they kill them down into the Silence coming into play? And they'll be able to go and just pin them together, though, using that Soulbind. But Ektor, he's not looking healthy now because he doesn't have that BKB, and they just have so much magic damage that they'll turn it back around and get the kill.
Stinger's here. Do they have any detect? They do not, actually. So, yeah, he got in trees. He's fine.
That was how much gold for Carl?
He made 300 total. Oh, when they killed him.
Yeah. Oh, Stinger. He's... Get out of there, bud.
Oh, he's spotted this time.
Yeah, Gabby sees him. Gabby's going to knock him back and give him a little Firefly bath.
Oh,
nice
he tried to tomb to cut the creep wave, I see. He didn't want them to be able to push this out. He thought they would leave, but this is basically where T1 has lived all game so far. I think they wanted to defend that tower so much. Number one, it was the wards that kept spotting him. Oh, I was like, a lasso. That Eclipse was not good. That's a BKB tier. He's hoping to catch up to Carl. The Yules was kind of needed, but maybe a mistake there. But ultimately, they do clean him up. Just barely. 1,000 gold actually went to K1 from that kill. So, kind of good in hindsight.
All right, well, things are looking very good for T1 at this moment. Ahead 5K, got plenty of kills online. And there's a Blink Dagger now picked up for Whitemon, so these overgrowths, the slows, the catching, gonna be very, very nice. A lot of mobility, just whenever T1 likes to play with this Grimstroke, they have so much mobility to pair up with it.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot easier for him to land it at the right time now. If he has to run in, he has to gamble being disabled and then not getting it off, so now he just gets to sit really far back. And
they see this Death Prophet. They saw the Crypts from Gojira, though. He's here in time. Turn back around the jump forward, though, coming out from Cuckoo. There's a lot of fire all over the ground. The Yule's going to come into play here, trying to keep this Death Prophet alive a bit longer with the Soul Rip. And they do have that hunt down, but there's just too much damage. They'll end up losing the Death Prophet. They're going to lose that tomb, too.
Did a good try. The disruption bought him some time. The ultimate as well slowed down opponents, but just a little too much got thrown at him. They even glimmered him from the Undying, so. But he goes down. Net worth of their 2 cores are starting to struggle more. Whisper's died so many times at this point due to the ganks. Chris Luck hasn't fully caught up yet. 2-4-1 for his skill build, or his KDA. 500 more gold till he gets Blink, or BKB, sorry. And that's when he's going to be effective in these fights.
Holy moly, did you see what this Grimstroke just bought?
Already?
He's got a Dark Portrait.
Holy
He didn't
crap.
go for the Shard.
He's got Philly Stone. He also, his skill build was weird too. He went 3-1-4. So he went a lot of points to Stroke of Fate. One of the best creep killing skills in the game, genuinely. Reverse power shot. So good at pushing out creep waves. He was the 4. That's how he got this so fast. And Dark Portrait of Luna is incredibly good. It's a bouncing glaive illusion that gives aura to you and your teammates. Luna can kill it, but she's more AoE than single target, so it genuinely might be a big worry in this game. Very good pickup for Grimstroke this game.
I just can't believe he picked it up already, too.
His net worth is only 1,000 behind the enemy mids. Zephyr is owning this game.
All right. Well, it's the next play here for T1. I've got the BKBs online, and they've been moving pretty much as a 5-man group. In fact, grouping up again here. They're going on the hunt. It's again Ektor that they walk into. Have to be careful. There's a lot of blinks online for this team, so you can cancel one, but there's plenty more behind it. As Gojira's just going to be babysitting a bit. Carl hoping he can get lucky. Get a little bit of the purge off, realizing that, you know, oh, but the lasso coming in over onto Gojira. They want to make sure that he can't save anything. And they're just getting shredded off the corner here. They're going for the Eclipse. Buyback coming out from Gojira. The rest side of T1, they're going to back off now.
So once again, Eclipse does nothing there.
Look at this illusion, this Dark Portrait. You see all those glaives bouncing?
Oh, there it is. I didn't even notice it in the fight.
Yeah, and they can put the Inkswell on it. They have another man at this point that does a lot of damage. We worried about being able to hit buildings. They do manage to grab Zephyr. Okay, that's a small consolation prize. But they've used the Exorcism, they've used the Arena, and they've used the BKBs.
He tries to get the ward. He ends up dying for it with the tomb down. Good reaction from Whisper to get some catch in that fight, but BKB's down, Exorcism down. This is the cooldown to exploit now for T1 as they continue to play without hard carries. It's cool to see.
They have a hard carry. They took Ektor.
That's true.
They recruited the evil Ektor, the one with the angry eyebrows, you know? Like,
yes.
Now he'll hit the buildings for them. That was what they were missing. Now they have it. Pretty smart. Scotty is completed, though, for Ektor, so...
Still farming incredibly good. Like it's very impressive how the game is going kind of poor for Beastcoast, but he's still so far ahead. But I guess it's just the nature of no hard carries. So the comparison is mid heroes and semi carries, and he's a straight up fast farmer.
Yeah, I mean this is also just like where Ektor really shines.
That's true.
This is always what he's been. Has been like one of the best farmers out of the South American region. It's like him and HFN for quite a while. And this used to be an HFN specialty as well with the Luna, so.
Yeah.
But the problem is, you can have all the net worth in the world, but if you're not able to survive these fights, then who really cares?
It's definitely been a bit since Luna felt strong in the meta.
Yeah.
And since Eclipse felt good in this game, I gotta say, I don't feel like we haven't seen a single good one yet, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But it's difficult. When your opponents initiate, they're popping BKBs, and it's hard for you to be where you need to be to do Eclipse damage. But eventually, when BKBs start running lower, he's going to get some Eclipse follow-up damage, without a doubt. Just a matter of time. He's opting for a Lincoln Sphere next. Starts with the Ring of Health.
Smoke play coming out from the side of T1. They're on the hunt. They know that somebody's probably going to be in that triangle area. Gabby leading the charge, does have the lasso available, has the blink. But already they're backing off over on the side of Beast Coast. They go for their own smoke.
I think they saw them
They
smoke.
drop the wards on top of each other.
Yeah, and they know that there's a ward there, so that they know that T1's likely to come to this area.
Yeah, they put the Glimmer Cape up.
Get the ward, yeah.
And they're just going to go try to dodge a little bit for now.
There's more wards. There's wards everywhere. Do they have more sense? They do. Stinger has 5, but getting to this cliff is going to be tough. They're going to need illusions to do it, I think.
Okay, Cuckoo jumping in, finds Stinger immediately, drops the fireball. It's going to go bouncing back, and that's going to be a dead undying. And they found Gojira as well, so they're going to make sure that there are no saves available should they decide to press their advantage here over on the side of T1.
It's just so hard to contest cliff wards like that when you know they've got it. I still believe the best way to approach that was sentry down, disrupt Luna, send those illusions in, shadow poison the cliff. It's very elaborate, but they must have just thought T1 wouldn't be ready right there.
This is a slower Roche, but it is happening.
All it takes is 5 heroes and no way the opponents can contest, which is the case here.
I mean, yeah. Take a look at that fight again over on the recap.
Stinger did not get Tomb down. He actually soul reps himself. I think he maybe just didn't want to use Tomb just in case he wanted to buy back. It's probably the case. But yeah, probably just realized like, okay, this fight's not going to be good. Man, all these cliff spots. I feel like the vision control for T1 is incredible. They know exactly where Whisper's standing right now.
And they picked up a gem on top of that too, so...
Oh, he's going in?
Oh, yeah, he is indeed going in because he sees Zephyr. It's always Zephyr. Zephyr the first one to get jumped on, but over on the back lines, Carl jumping in, finding Stinger here as Whisper taking a lot of damage here from Cuckoo, but they'll send some of these illusions to slow down Cuckoo, and they'll force him away.
Not the worst. I mean, that's the hero they want to kill. That's the enemy carrier, right? The Dark Portrait.
Carl.
Going doing some good damage now. He's got the Enchanted Quiver as well. Free attack every 4 seconds, can't miss. Bonus damage, bonus range. Luna's just getting more and more fearsome. Gotta say, kind of difficult to burst her. Her armor's really high. I don't really see T1 deal with her well unless it's like a 3-on-1 kind of situation.
I mean, we're hitting the 30-minute mark now, so... They had a lot of... Oh! That was an overgrowth.
Interesting.
Sometimes these things happen.
It's so funny in that. It's just like such a dorky like voice line that it's like perfect in so many situations. I don't know.
I'm glad that it brings you great joy.
Like if he did overgrowth him, he did have BKB. Maybe he's trying to get him to BKB.
That's possible.
It's like, we're not going to fight for a little bit. They're not going to fight for a little bit, so let's see if I can get him to... I'm not sure. I don't know why he went for it.
I don't know.
But this does give Beastcoast a little bit of time to deward. They've got better observers in the moment. Grimstroke going for the right item. He wants to get an A on disc. He's pretty close. Already got energy booster. He's got enough for Vit booster. He's 800 gold away. He'll get this very soon. And now that's not going to be possible for Beastcoast to exploit anymore with the Mars. He's going to have to pick different targets. Or fish a little bit. Do some damage, break his Aeon, then go get him later.
I feel bad for Chris Luck. It feels like this game has been very, very difficult for him, and he hasn't been able to get the footing that he's looking for.
It has been hard, but he's still close enough in net worth to make his hero relevant, for sure.
As I say that, he's got to back off a little as there is some push going on here in this top lane. It's the only lane that's really pushed in, so that's the only option. But they are taking control of the dire jungle on the side of T1 and kind of starving them out a little bit. I'm sure they're going to swing around towards the triangle, figuring that Luna will be there. But do you have a Lincoln style?
A Lincoln style?
Yes, my brain is a little... Let's look at the Manta style and Lincoln's. Cuckoo taking a decent amount of damage again. Does have to be careful though because they have the blink forward. Ektor running away here. They're going to jump right over onto Stinger, but they do have the Glimmer Cape and an Essence Ring. Keep him alive. Gabby dragging back over onto Gojira. This is the one target that they need to remove from the fight to make this perhaps a little bit easier for them. So get a little bit more damage. They keep poking away over here using these Lucent Beams coming out from the Luna. There it is. There's a Silver Edge being shown by Cuckoo. The BKB, though, coming out from Whisper. Big Sonic Wave being thrown out as the Exorcism gets pushed over onto the side. The nice arena, though, coming through will be able to make sure they take down Whiteman. That is going to be the Aegis. Zephyr to fall next. And now Kunku, he is just getting wailed upon. He's very, very tanky as Gabby is over here on the side, getting a little bit more damage out. Does have the BKB. But fighting in that choke point on top of a fireball is very difficult for the side of Beast Coast.
Dude, that was a really fun fight to watch, actually. Watching all of the back-and-play movements, it was like literally chess moves, like trading pawns and abilities. They jump in, they get back, then they go on Shadow Demon, or they go on the Undying. He Glimmer Capes to dodge the dagger. He heals back up. Finally, they get the lasso on the Shadow Demon, which forces the actual fight to happen. But ultimately, Mars finally gets a good ulti. Whisper on top looks in trouble. He's got a blink in a while. Any lasso?
I think he's out. He's out.
Okay. Once he gets the spear, good.
Yeah.
Good escape there. But Gabby very on the map for sure. Lincoln Sphere being very effective. He's going to go finish up his Octarine afterwards. Pretty common item with any core that buys Aether Lens right now.
We do have another Lincoln Sphere over on Chris Luck now. So this seems to be their solution to the initiation that's coming out. Because it is single target initiation for the most part. So yeah, you've got multiple. So get smoke on smoke action. They immediately dust. I'm not sure if that was a mistake.
He's prepping a smoke or something. It's kind of like last game actually. The Lincolns are so good against the stun.
Okay, they're gonna see Ektor. They don't know who else is here though. Let's jump forward immediately for the BKB. The drag back over onto Whisper. Tira getting into position though will be able to save as Carl's just taking too much damage. Nice arena coming out from Whisper. He doesn't manage to go and land the spear though as Cuckoo is going to try to fight back again. And the rest of the, there's just so much fire all over the ground here. Singer, he is going to fall. See Smile again over here chasing after Cuckoo. He's going to throw out that here. They've got the Vision, the Sentry Ward just tossing back and forth over here on the Dragon Knight. This is looking very good now for Beast Coast. They'll turn that around. They'll get the kill on the Dragon Knight. And they're hunting for more. They managed to go and capture Whitemon, so he's going to be the next one to fall.
Really nicely done. It kind of feels to me like T1 can maybe jump and grab a lasso on somebody, but at this point it's difficult to secure those kills. Because they only lost on dying there. He still gets Tombstone down. Maybe he didn't ulti, but it was hard for them to commit to the Luna. K1 press BKB, and then they're on the retreat.
They get a dark portrait with the Inkswell, but does get shredded by all the other Luna illusions.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a Luna. You get a Luna, and you get a Luna.
Hector's pretty good against it with Quiver, and also his Lucent Beam Shard. It applies an attack also. Yeah. So he can outmaneuver it pretty well, especially once he applies Scotty to it. Because he can apply Scotty to it, it cannot apply Scotty to him.
Oh, Gabby taking a look over here. All right, well that is the mid tower down. And seems like Beast Coast starting to gain a little bit more control of this game. It was looking pretty difficult because the Death Prophet, you know, not having a great time, especially during laning, and the aggression coming out from T1 has been absolutely absurd. About what we've recommended, though, or not recommend, but recognized that they would. Do you have an Aeon disc picked up now for Zephyr? This is very important. He needs to be able to get off the spells in these fights, and they've been targeting him very heavily because they don't want to deal with the Dark Portrait or the Inkswell, or of course, you know, that Soul Bind. Lots of things that are causing them some issues over on the side of Beast Coast.
I really like how Chris Mal played the last fight, though. In the previous one, the point of the Aeon disc is protect him against the Mars, but now against Death Prophet. Death Prophet hits the backline. That's not somebody that he can Dark Portrait. He doesn't cast spells on her. She's kind of playing like a weird divey kill the supports type playstyle, which works great. Pop BKB, outlast their BKBs, deal with the supports, whether it's silence or exorcism damage or whatever else. So yeah, considering how pressured he's been in the laning stage, I think he's playing like really, really well.
I mean, I like the concept, like you said, you know, the Death Prophet is not the person that you think of like diving into the backlines with a Blink Dagger. And again, not the Dark Portrait person that you're thinking of. Whitemon, though, TP's in. Gonna have Gabby TP as well. Beast Coast, man, just illusions on illusions on illusions.
Yep.
A very easy way to siege here. Very low committal. Also just chew through that, this Legion of Lunas, just chewing through this living armor here. Look at this.
It's doing really well for illusions. That's impressive damage.
That was silly.
Literally impressive damage.
Now they're just probably going to do it again. They don't have the Manta up just yet, but they can get a couple of these hits off. We'll search around in the tree line because they do have the shard over on Luna, so the Lucen's Beam flying an attack, and just like that, very, again, low committal.
Thank for the sub.
The other really nice advantage they have is that during nighttime, Luna's got full vision advantage from her hero. So
Thanks for the
that's
subs.
pretty significant. Helps you spot the BATRIDER when he's coming, for example. But your opponents don't have that same vision advantage. Carl gonna cover the DD briefly. In reality, they like DDs over on the Radiant team, but it's not that busted. And the Beast Coast is so confident in their position, they're just gonna start slapping Roshan. Should be pretty straightforward to defend this. Put a tombstone down, get a little vision maybe. They don't have the best wards.
They're using the Shadow Poison to try to get information here. Gojira is immediately going to get disrupted. He's buying time though. So that's going to be the Aegis going over to Chris, and they're happy about this.
Yes, they are. Can they defend on the way out though? Silence almost catches Gabby.
Oh, the Lincolns.
They're going. They don't get him though. They're all in biz. Just disengage, reset.
Not really the hero that you normally want to see the Aegis on though.
Who'd they put him? Oh, Smile. I think they're just not worried about Hector dying is all.
Okay.
As long as he's got BKB, he's got Hurricane Pikes, so he's got 3 good solutions. He's getting dived by somebody.
Got a lot of work, that's for sure.
And he doesn't worry about out carrying. Like if he's against other carry and he's worried about time, he's about MKB, he's thinking about Satanic. Now he's just like, I just need to survive. I'm always gonna outfarm no matter what happens. I'm always gonna kill you 1-to-1, so I just need to not die.
Dark Portrait Luna doing a decent amount of damage after having to fight himself, but he is the better Luna. He is the original, the alpha to copy.
He kills it so easy, actually. That was like 2 Lucent Beams from safety while Scotty's slowing it for 60 attack speed. It's working. Like, he can deal with this illusion. It's not normal to use spells against it because the Lucent Beam doesn't attack. It's, in a lot of ways, the perfect pick. Cool to see it work. Now he's going to buy Satanic.
I think that sounds like a good idea.
Yep. Guess he replaces Treads, but I don't know, movement speed's kind of important.
Whisper on the hunt here. They know that there's a Queen of Pain up top. Carl going to have to play very carefully. Already has blinked away.
He's got Psychic Headband to break Lincoln's. Oh, I think they see her.
Oh, there's some pings coming out.
I think he did. They just know that catching her is going to be hard.
Yeah. Satanic is completed now for Hector.
Jeez. Like, just started the damn thing.
Okay. Luna.
He did sell his Treads. So, and then goes for Flicker. Very similar to last game. So, only loses about 15 movement speed. Really not bad. Little Dispel too. That's going to be really good, actually.
Gabby finding the opening over onto Gojira. Whisper waiting patiently, though. Have the Lotus Orb over onto Gojira. They are going to end up losing him, but the Scotty damage coming out here. They have the Dark Portrait being made against Hector. They've got that, they've got the Ink Swell over on the Illusion. It's just a quick hit and run, though. They're not looking to get too good. All right, I say that as Whitemon goes, he uses that overgrowth, and Hector just cuts through him. Lincolns are doing a decent amount, but is it going to be enough? Whisper pinning over to Cuckoo over onto the line. Is he going to stay alive? Yes, he is. He'll end up falling. No Dragon Knight over here, as C-Smile, he's going pretty deep. He does have that Aegis, though. He's feeling confident. He's just going to start applying pressure to this tower with Hector, with the rest of the team. They did end up losing the Shadow Team. The buyback's going to come out, though. Who wants to be a part of it, and he does end up living. Carl is just taking so much damage. Soulbind coming into play. Cuckoo getting the double stun off here. Gabby trying. All right, that's going to be the first time it's going to fall. Coming back up again. They find the opening over onto Stinger. Hector, though, he's very tanky. They managed to take down Whisper.
The Dark
C-Smile having to be careful. Yeah, that's a lot of glaive damage that's bouncing around here. This Luna's not looking too good right now, as it looks like the blink coming out from C-Smile is going to be enough. They'll be able to go and take out almost everyone here on the side of Beast Coast, except for the Shadow Demon, who already went down earlier. And then look at this, Gabby's even chasing after him. He's like, come back here.
Zephyr crushed that fight with that Link. They gets the Link. Maybe Gojira dies here.
Well, they bought back. They're mad that Gabby's being able to just poke away like this.
Yeah, this is going to keep lanes pushed out a little bit. This might help keep them down to 1 racks, if that, or less buybacks. But yeah, the double Link, Dragon Knight stuns both. He gets Dark Portrait on both. They're just doing tons of damage there. It also hurt that Chris pressed BKB right before his Aegis popped. He thought maybe he could stay alive to it, but the physical damage from the Dark Portrait was killing him as well. So he ends up going down.
And we're going to have Elder Dragon form here for Cuckoo as soon as that axe gets delivered.
Okay. Will be good. More magic resistance, fly over trees.
Oh, Gabby? All right, Gabby. The follow-up, though, here from Carl. Just has to pop his own BKB.
So many Lincolns.
There's so many Lincolns, so many BKB, so many Lunas, for God's sakes.
It's like everyone on both teams initiate, and the Lincolns just stop the counter initiation completely.
Sounds like
on
bubble
both
wrap
heroes.
with all the popping noises.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, he went spell block on Quaff as well. He's got double Lincolns too, as a result. That's why he's able to be so aggressive. Carl has died only one time, by the way. That one time ages ago.
Very impressive.
That's why his net worth is so good. Always hitting creeps.
I mean, the other thing, too, is you saw how much respect they gave Carl during the draft. The amount of mid-heroes that they banned out because they didn't want to have to deal with them is substantial. Gabby again. Giving a little poke. Beastcoast, though, stuck inside the space. Immediate Lincolns. The tension is just... Okay, all right, a little bit of a play here coming out from Carl. BKB comes out. They use the arena on the side of Beastcoast. That is down now for 80-something seconds. This could be a good window for them.
Could be, yeah. Especially with BKB being Octarine, so it's only 50-second cooldown, 56-second. There's a little window there they could take, yeah, and they're going to try to get a grab here. Dragon Knight's ulti is almost down 2, so this is a couple things not looking so perfect timing-wise, but their control outside of the base is so good right now.
I mean, the nice thing about having this Luna shard, right, is the fact that you can really just kind of poke and do non-committal pushing.
That is true. Helps offset the push that your opponents are throwing out.
Immediately just, no, get back in the base.
And the instant Dark Portrait. He's not dealing with it nearly as well as when he had the shoot, I can't remember what it's called. I'm looking. Can't click on their heroes. It looks like a broomstick kind of, but it's not. It's a quiver.
Handle?
It's an enchanting quiver. It's a stick.
Why would you say the
I don't know. That's all I could think.
Oh dear.
My brain ain't working so good anymore.
It's
the broom
okay.
handle worked quite well, I gotta say. It takes 300% more damage, so that's why. It's basically like 225. Basically, the illusions have a lot of armor, so when he attacks it with physical damage, the illusion is resisting a lot. They only have 25% magic resistance, so that quiver damage gets amplified by 3 and only reduced by 25%. So he was able to chunk it down pretty quick using the quiver, but now he's struggling to kill them a little bit.
Well, we do get an Aeon disc picked up now for Gojira because they have been targeting his butt real hard.
They're like slightly out of the base. They're like in a swing in
weird.
When they go on K1. That's the plan.
Okay, there it is. It's a jump forward. Gabby.
Will they collapse? They could retake the high ground.
I don't know. Okay, they're gonna BKB teleport out.
All right, they're doing it.
Okay, there it is. The swing coming
They
out.
get out.
Blink. Oh no, that is the exorcism. Maybe they can catch Zephyr? That's the hope. Yeah, that looks like they should be able to go and catch Zephyr, but he does have the Aeon disc, so he'll survive a little bit longer and provide a little bit of a distraction. You got the Dark Portrait. It will pop.
Still was exorcism.
Oh, Ector, though, in the mid lane gets a little bit spooked here by Carl. Pop Lincoln several times. Cuckoo jumping back in with the Lotus. It's a good disruption done by a bit more time. Whisper trying to make his way over as well. Has to wait, though. Refresher Orb coming out. Whitemon getting chased down over here by Whisper is going to fall. They were chasing after Cuckoo a little bit, but they didn't quite manage to find it, so they do get this pick off. Beastcoast finally out of the base for the first time in a bit. They do spot out this giant black dragon. Oh my word. Seasmile stuck on a cliffside here. Again, they'll be able to go throw out the disruption. Cuckoo taking a lot of damage here. They're going to try to put everything that they can, the silence on top of it. Be able to get Cuckoo. They've lost Gojira. There is no Roche up, not for a bit now. But again, this is some movement coming out of Beastcoast after being just pinned in their base for so long.
Yep, and with the gem, they're going to be able to get all the Observer Wards that T1's working with. That was a dieback clearly for Dragon Knight from a couple fights ago.
Ector's just like running down the mid lane.
I mean, he's clearly very confident with his game position, right?
I would say so, yes. I mean, you don't have a lot of the stunners here anymore. You still do have the BATRIDER that you have to watch out for, but you've got a Lincoln's. You've got a Lotus. I'm going to try to slow this down a little bit. Carl trying to cut through.
Such a good flicker game right now.
Look at these glaives. Oh my word. Another Lotus, Lincoln's drag back over onto Ector. Ector, he needs help. They're just holding him into place. It's looking very bad for him. He is going to fall. Stinger now looks like he is going to be the next victim. Carl's on a monster kill streak, and now Chris, he's got to blink away. He's gonna go pop the BKB. He doesn't have the TP for another 5 seconds. This is not looking good for him. This is looking very scary indeed now for this Death Prophet. She's trying to climb, she's trying to get out of there, and she just cannot. Too much damage coming out from the side of T1.
Oh, painful to watch Hector die, and Roche is up. They could have backed up. Like, DK's still dead for 50 seconds, but he got greedy. He wanted more. He thought he could get the tower, but the lasso pullback. Shadow Demon was just respawning. He died near that Roche skirmish towards the end of it, so he wasn't there to save the Luna. I mean, Undying ran in. He tried to glimmer him. He put Tomb down, but like, it's not going to save him compared to the SD's defensive impact. So, but instead, T1 says, "Hey, we suck at Roshing and Raxing. We're going to take Rax. Is our goal here." It's the one good thing going for Beastcoast right now is that no matter what happens, T1 does not kill buildings or Roche fast.
Well, they're going to have to wait quite a bit here. They do have buyback over on C-Smile. Do not have buyback over on Ector right now, so.
Looks like they should be able to get a 2 racks here. Assuming
That's
Death
how
Prophet, no buyback.
aggressive. The jump forward over on Gojira again. Does have the Aeon to Stinger hiding over here on the side with that Glimmer.
Oh, he gets blinked.
Gojira's going to be okay. Stinger. Okay, the follow-up here coming out from Whisper. They get the Soulbind out, though. Carl with the BKB going to ensure that he's going to be able to survive as they do end up losing Stinger. Stinger is going to buy back. Lasso drag back over onto Whisper. They're dealing with that Tombstone. Gonna get dragged back pretty far. He's got the Lotus on himself, but he's just taking a lot of damage here. Plus that Hex, it's a triple kill now for Carl. Whisper going to buy back. Get himself in, another refresher, the drag back over onto Whisper. That BKB is not gonna matter. They have to get him out. All right, he does have the arena, but it doesn't matter.
A lot of buybacks, but they do defend their racks at least. And that gets Death Prophet up without buying back herself. Decided it wasn't worth it, even though the rest of her team was, the rest of his team was throwing themselves at T1. But now they get to defend Roche because T1's gonna walk in. It is still there, confirmed.
They have buyback now on Ector, though. They do have it, so because the Death Prophet didn't have to buy back, now you've got, you know, solutions in case. But again, Roche up and running here. DK back up though too.
I feel like Beastcoast needs one pick off and they can take Roche, or they can just force the damn thing.
Oh, this scares me. That's a big fireball in the pit. That's already Exorcism getting used. I don't know about this one, Purge. This is feeling very sketch. Yeah, look at this. Carl deep dive into the back lines. Go in to start chasing after Carl, but they've got the blink. He's got the BKB, but now it's not going to be available for the next fight. So
he's
go
got
back
Arcane,
into the
though.
pit.
So
Does have the Arcane.
Pretty low cooldown.
Gabby waiting patiently. Here has the BKB up. Has lasted about 7 seconds. Carl's going to continue to just poke away. Chris trying his best to stay alive. Again, this fireball just all over the ground is so difficult for them to fight into.
But it's low now.
It is low. They have to do this. They have to figure this out. Silence getting placed over onto Cuckoo. They're going to slow him down just a little bit. Carl jumping forward, sees Stinger, he's just going to be able to take him down, but there it is, there's the Tombstone. The grab over onto Gojira, though, this is the guy that they need to try to keep alive, but it doesn't matter. Okay, at the end of the day, it's still going to be Chris who picks up the Aegis. They've used the BKBs, they've got to move together, though. They have the Soulbind down, they've got the Sheep over here, they've got the Lotus, and they're just going to be pulled apart over here. High ground and low ground. Whisper is going to fall, he's also going to fall, as well as Ector has to teleport away, and he can't do it. They managed to find the stun just in the nick of time. Oh God, C-Smile, he is dead a second time. They have buyback over on the Luna. They have buyback over on this Death Prophet, but I don't know if they're gonna be able to do it.
They tried so hard to do it.
Wait, why does Ector not have buyback now? What?
He bought a Blink Dagger, apparently.
Okay, all right. Well, he's got. Well, I mean, this is looking like it's gonna be the end.
It does seem like that. A dieback there.
Yeah, there it is. There's the GG call. They called it.
GG is called.